The Sisters of Seshat initiations make a magical journey up the Tree of Life. So what is the Tree of Life? You've probably heard about it in various forms. If you're a witch, you might have seen the beautiful knotwork images of the Celtic Tree of Life. If you're pagan, you might have heard about the Norse world tree, whose roots are in the underworld, with the trunk in the land of giants and branches reaching up into the realm of the gods. Odin famously hung himself upside down from this tree, which gives us Pamela Coleman-Smith's image of the hanged man in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. The crisscrossed branches of the Mesopotamian Tree of Life also extend from the underworld through the human world to the realm of the gods. The Celtic tree is oak, the Norse tree is ash, the Mesopotamian tree is willow. The Isis Nephthys temple meets in a forest which is mostly ponderosa pine. Every tree is a tree of life. Science tells us that trees breathe carbon dioxide and give off oxygen, and humans breathe in oxygen and give off carbon dioxide. We're symbiotic. Trees and humans are a matched set. In any landscape, trees are the tallest living things. They connect the ground below to the sky above. Humans do the same thing. We walk on the ground within the atmosphere of the earth. In meditation, we can imagine ourselves as trees pushing down into the earth and stretching up to reach the stars. All of these insights go into making up the Tree of Life as a magical system. It was assembled by the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn in the early 20th century. They reworked a version of the Tree of Life from Renaissance Europe. This Renaissance tree was a Christianized version of the Jewish philosophical system called Kabbalah. The Jewish mystics drew on earlier Hellenistic teachings about the planets and other magical associations. So the Golden Dawn's version of the Tree of Life combines Jewish Kabbalah, Christianized Kabbalah, and pagan Hellenistic ideas. The Order of the Sisters of Seshat has developed a version of the Tree of Life based on the Golden Dawn model. The difference is that we emphasize the pagan Hellenistic aspects of the tree. We honor the Jewish people and the mystical system of the Kabbalah, and we acknowledge that what we are doing and what the Golden Dawn did is not Jewish Kabbalah. We use English language terms instead of Hebrew terms, and we don't work with the Hebrew alphabet as a symbol system. Instead, we focus on the planets, the astrological signs, and the elements. The tree is composed of spheres and paths. A sphere is centered on a planet and its associations, including number, color, and many other symbols. The first sphere is spirit, the second sphere is the fixed stars, and the other spheres are the planets in the ancient order: Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury, Moon, and Earth. In the Hermetic Kabbalah and Jewish Kabbalah, spheres have other names and meanings, but here we focus on their planetary natures. The paths connect the spheres to each other. Each path is associated with either a planet, an astrological sign, or an element. The spheres are numbered 1 through 10 from the top down, and the paths start with the number 11 and end with the number 32. We can look at movement on the tree in two directions. Counting from 1 to 10, from the first sphere at the top of the tree to the last sphere at the root of the tree, we can trace how the universe came into being from the most rarefied spirit to the concrete material world. That's called the lightning flash of creation. We can also trace a journey from the material world back to the world of the stars and of spirit. This journey proceeds up the tree along the paths that connect the spheres. It's sometimes drawn as a snake that twines itself around all the paths. That's called the path of return. Just as the Irish, Norse, and Mesopotamian trees rise through 3 worlds, we understand our Tree of Life to connect earth and sky. The tree is rooted in the underworld and draws nourishment from the waters there. The trunk of the tree manifests in the physical world. The tree's branches lift up beyond the planets to the stars and ultimately to spirit. At present, there are 5 initiations in the Sisters of Seshat system. These roughly correspond to 6 of the original Golden Dawn initiations. Our first initiation, the Earth initiation, combines the Golden Dawn's Neophyte and Zelator initiations. Zelator, by the way, comes from the Latin zealot. In English, sometimes the word is pronounced zelator. The Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Sun initiations correspond with the Golden Dawn's Theoricus, Practicus, Philosophus, and Adeptus Minor initiations. Each initiation moves the candidate along the tree from one sphere to another using the paths between them. The initiation begins with the temple ritual. The initiation then establishes the temple of the starting sphere using the number, color, and planetary energy of the sphere. The journey proceeds along the paths, with actions and images corresponding to the associations of the path. The initiation concludes in the destination sphere, where the sisters engage in the work of the sphere. This journey from the earth into the world of spirit is a common one around the world. It's also common to imagine the journey as climbing a ladder or climbing a tree. In the Hellenistic world, priestesses and priests performed rituals and meditations to contact deities and enter into the world of spirit. They understood the journey of the soul as beginning in the world of the stars, sojourning in the human world, and returning to the stars and the world of spirit. They called this system theurgy, God work. The founders of the Golden Dawn were very familiar with the work of the ancient theurgists and consciously replicated their rituals and religious understandings. The Sisters of Seshat initiations incorporate new academic research into theurgy and new magical insights into theurgic practice. The initiations we perform today roughly map onto the outer order of the Golden Dawn. There was also an inner order with an additional set of initiations, and its character was markedly different. The Order of the Sisters of Seshat has developed our own versions of the outer order initiations. We may develop more initiations and rituals in the future. Seshat writes on the Tree of Life, she may grant us more insights in the future. For more information about the Golden Dawn, you can read Israel Regardie's central book, The Tree of Life, an illustrated study of magic. We particularly recommend the version edited by Chick Cicero and Sandra Tabitha Cicero. For more information about the version we use, you can check out The Woman Magician. Remember to subscribe to be sure to catch our new videos.